Teenage Riot.
Played a show in Brazil in '98, and people said that there's no record out in that sense, and we were like, yeah, but it seems to be like people seem to listen to this stuff. So we went out there, everybody knew the songs, and that was because of the internet, that was probably bootleg stuff. But I think you don't really today you don't need to buy a record to listen to this music. So I think this is good for people like us,
Okay.
because for us it's more important to get the music out there and that people understand the message. You can also buy the records and it supports us because we have our own setup, it's our own label. So if you buy a record, you find a record, the money goes straight to us. So there's no middleman in that sense that, it's like a record label or something. So that's great when people can do that. If they don't do it, and especially if they can't do it because of the country and the economy or whatever, it's great that the internet exists, I think.
So the meaning is to spread the voice more than
I think so. Maybe the reason why we play in 2012 in Mexico is more because of the internet, and in the 90s we never, when we even asked to play here. So maybe they had something to do with it. I don't know. It's hard for me to answer. But I don't have a problem if people just get the music. I mean, that's why you can download it on our website.
Yeah, it's easy.
I would be ready with cops and lawyers like and if I would be different, but I'm not that. So.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Okay, taking so much blood in Mexico as a reference, what do you think that Mexico is one of the countries with more death without a war? Without a war,
Without a war.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hope that hopefully changes something. But I'm not here long enough to make a sort of judgment, because it's so different in Mexico from what I am. It's so different, for example, from Germany, Palestine, where it's also so much bigger. So, but of course, we all also have a fascination about death and stuff. I may remember, this is one thing that people were always showing me, the kind of skeletons, right, that you have in Mexico.
Yeah, corpses and stuff.
The sort of symbol, like the skull.
Okay, the death.
You would never have this in Germany.
The holy death.
So it's also maybe a cultural thing, how to deal with death and how to deal with life also.
Because people pray for that, to the dead.
They pray to be dead.
Yeah.
See, maybe don't stop praying so much.
Okay.
I'm not praying anyway, so.
Okay.
Really, that's crazy. No, but I can't really judge that. To me, it's. But then also you could probably with any country you would look at certain statistics and say, find something and say, this is what makes that country. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think what I can only say is that from what I experienced so far, people have a very friendly attitude towards me, at least. Maybe not only here with journalists,
Okay.
But it seems like it's a mentality thing.
It's not that dangerous.
I haven't been exposed to the danger, but then the question is, there's a lot of dangers in societies that look safer, maybe other types of dangers, so I think it's an illusion that society is a safe thing. There are a lot of diseases, there's a lot of, this is what life is about, I guess, is about the danger. But yeah, if deaths are necessary, this is bad, but I'm not long enough in this country to really, I couldn't give you an answer because there are probably way better experienced people to have an answer for this.
Okay.
But I just have to accept it as a fact at this point. And
it's a reality. Okay. What do you think? Why is that Atari Teenage Riot sounds so actual, like before? Pass the time and it keeps sounding like it's actual.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think there's something about music when it's, okay, when you're a musician, a lot of, or a DJ or whatever, like a lot of musicians look at music, they want to be like somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And this is very often, you start a band, you go, I like this, and it's natural. But there's a point when you make something that's very different, you have two kind of problems. One is, you're not part of a wave. If you make dubstep, you can be happy that, dubstep is hip now, maybe I get something from it. A lot of musicians think like that. This is now, people want to hear more indie rock. This is what we go.
Going with the wave.
Exactly. So I'm not interested in doing that.
Okay.
So the advantage, I think, if you don't do that, sometimes it's a little bit harder, and you always sound so different that you don't die with the wave either.
Okay.
So you always sound different. This can be good or bad. You just have to make that decision. This is the decision. It's a little bit harder, but some things are actually much easier because you're not always part of a group of people. So, because also with music trends, if things go in a bad direction, suddenly you don't want to be connected with that anymore. I think a lot of musicians, even music fans, know that. They're like, I love this style. This is great. And then like a year later, suddenly it's like,
what was I thinking?
I never liked that. So that's the same with musicians. So I think what I'd always try to do is I'll stick to what I find is the right thing to do.
Atari Teenage Riot.